On Squatch. Episode 20. Big 2-0. We're starting. No McCoy. No Beckles. Just me. Ian's on a cruise. John's working. So it's just me and you and whoever wants to get in this chat. I have the controls tonight. I've never had the controls before. I don't really know what's going on. But if y'all ask questions, I got answers. We'll take care of it. Tell me, guys, what's going on with y'all? How we doing today? How we feeling? MLB trade deadline coming in. The Pirates, as always, sold. We can get into that for a little bit. USA's women's team in the Women's FIFA World Cup almost tanked it. We can get into that for a little bit. Talk to you guys about fantasy football because, as you know, don't think just because McCoy and Beck ain't here that I ain't going to pull this out. That's your boy right there, back to back. Let me know what kind of questions you got. If y'all are following us on Kick, I know on my phone I just got 6 different notification emails, so I don't know if they're still trying to work some stuff out or it's on our end. Not really sure, but is what it is. Again, I am not the tech guy. I am just the witty comments, the comic relief, if you will, like any key integral part to a Shakespearean novel. So let's start it here before we get some more people in. Y'all see, I am wearing the Ohio State shirt tonight because we just got a big-time recruit, Aaron Scott. I don't know if y'all heard the news, if you follow college football all like that, but obviously living in Ohio and growing up an Ohio State fan, albeit I'm from Pittsburgh, PA, you love to see when Michigan fails at anything. So there was a 4-star corner. His name's Aaron Scott. He did his little commit video, whatever you want to call it, where they sit up at the table with their families around them and they'll have some hats sitting in front of them and whatnot. So dude comes up, pulls up a bag, whatever, pulls out, there's a Michigan hat on the table, pulls out a Michigan backpack, opens up the Michigan backpack and pulls out an Ohio State jersey and slaps it on. If that ain't the biggest middle finger I've ever seen, I don't know what is. Happy we got him, obviously. Corners, with the exception of Eli Apple, in probably the last 10 to 15 seasons that went to Ohio State have translated pretty well to the NFL. Obviously, everything with the receivers, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Teddy Ginn Jr. back in the day. If you're a receiver, Marvin Harrison, when he probably comes out after this year, if you're an Ohio State wide receiver, you got a good chance to have a pretty strong NFL career. So anytime we can watch someone get pulled away from Michigan and end up on our team, you truly love to see it. This is awkward. This is a little uncomfortable, not working with the boys. Out here like Jason Derulo. As we all know, the Pirates doing Pirates things. Pirates sold today. Rich Hill, G-Man Troy went to the Padres. I just got a notification on my phone as I was loading in here that they made a trade with the Phillies. They sent Rodolfo Castro and got some left-handed pitcher in return. Not sure if it's of any consequence. To be honest, I haven't really followed a ton. don't get to see the Pirates games up here. All I know is they're not making the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure they're last in the division. Maybe above St. Louis. Let's find out. Oh, they are. Shockingly. Full game up on St. Louis. Same number of wins, 2 less losses. So, yeah, it's that time of the season for Pirates fans. Just sell all your jerseys. Unless you got, Willie Stargell. Or if anyone has a Honus Wagner jersey, I will give you a hug and a kiss because greatest Pirate of all time. If you don't know who Honus Wagner is, read a book and Google it. Like I said, guys, it's not going to be super long stream tonight. Obviously, if you're just tuning in, McCoy and Ian are absent. This is why you're standing at this beautiful face right here. But I'm only going to be on as long as we have interaction and some questions. So if there's anything that you guys want to have brought up, if there's anything you feel like you want to add to the monologue here, almost said dialogue. It's 100% a monologue. Let me know. If not, I was going to stretch it to half an hour. I don't even know if we'll go that long. We might just charge it to the game and say it is what it is. But again, I teased it. If you follow us on Facebook, I teased that the women's national team for the U.S. almost completely sold in the group stages of the FIFA World Cup. So they started off with a win against Vietnam, which, to be expected, USA is the number 1 team in the world according to FIFA World Rankings. Vietnam, I want to say, was like 72. Vietnam didn't score a single goal. So there's a handful of groups that have completed all 3 of their games. USA's is one of them. There's some that haven't yet. So USA played to a draw against Netherlands in their second game and then went in against Portugal, who had beaten Vietnam but lost to the Netherlands. So it was basically a winner take all to see who advanced to the knockout stage. I don't know if it was last night, early this morning, wee hours. They're in Australia and New Zealand, so the time difference is pretty drastic. Didn't have a chance to watch the game, but I did see some highlights and some screenshots. They were this close to completely bailing out of the Women's World Cup. The Portuguese striker hit the left post in the 92nd minute. Had that gone in, USA's women's national team would have been home. And then their chance to make history as the only nation, men or women, to win 3 World Cups in a row would have been dashed. So the dream's still alive. They don't know who they play in the next round yet. Those games should be wrapping up either very late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then we'll know more. They finished second in their group, so they'll play whomever finishes first from the other group. Let me see if I can just turn off Kick here because I keep getting all these notifications. All right. Ian, when you see this, make sure you re-add Kick because I'm tired of my email blowing up for it. It's quite distracting. Oh, as I look down and see a text from Ian that tells me, hit the top right corner where you see the symbols. If you click it, you can uncheck Kick and save it. That's exactly what I did without reading the text. Look at me learning stuff and things. Look at me go. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Not too active tonight. It's very humbling to see that the crowd that comes in is for John and Ian, but I get it. I understand. They're the 2 better looking guys of the trio. Makes sense. But yeah, it's hard to talk sports when you're talking to yourself. It's also kind of maniacal. You know what I mean? You're just right here. That's it. So unless, in the next 30 seconds we got some conversation, I think we're just going to wrap it, boys. I think we're just going to call it a night. All right, so that concludes episode. What I'm not even going to call this episode 20. We'll run episode 20 back next Tuesday for y'all. This was more like episode 19 and a half, titled "Lip Crashes and Burns." If it was an Always Sunny episode, but I do appreciate the three of you that came out and looked. I hope everything's okay on your end. Hope you guys had a great week. Looking forward to some more sports. You know, the Cleveland Browns are up here talking like they're playing in the Super Bowl because they got the Hall of Fame game against the Dallas Cowboys. That's coming up soon. I've never been a big component of preseason. I've never really cared too much for training camp. I understand the importance, and obviously you want to get back into football shape and whatnot. See a lot of guys go down with injuries all over. A lot of guys, you know, with the heat getting to them. Not necessarily heat strokes, but the cramping and things that go along with that, which when you're that hot and your body is that dehydrated, it just increases the chances for injuries. So we'll see what happens there, but football's just about back. We got 38 days until kickoff. Someone might want to fact check that, but other than that, guys, appreciate you coming out. Sorry it wasn't the longest episode in the world, but until next time, this has been episode 19 and a half. Hope y'all have a great day.